Now I tell what I knew in Texas in my early youth. I tell not the fall of Alamo, not one escape to tell the fall of Alamo. The 150 are dumb yet at Alamo. 'Tis the tale of the murder in cold blood of 412 young men. Retreating, they had formed in a hollow square with their baggage for breastworks. 900 lives out of the surrounding enemies. 9 times their number was the price they took in advance. Their colonel was wounded and their ammunition gone. They treated for an honorable capitulation, received writing and seal, gave up their arms, and marked back prisoners of war. They were the glory of the race of rangers, matchless with horse, rifle, song, supper, courtship, large, turbulent, generous, handsome, proud, and affectionate, bearded, sunburnt, dressed in the free costume of hunters, not a single one over 30 years of age. The first day morning they were brought out in squads and massacred. It was beautiful early summer. The work commenced about 5 o'clock and was over by 8. None obeyed the command to kneel. Some made a mad and helpless rush. Some stood stark and straight. A few fell at once. Shut in the temple or heart, the living and dead lay together. The maimed and mangled dug in the dirt. The newcomers saw them there. Some half killed attempted to crawl away. These were dispatched with bayonets or battered with the blunts of muskets. A youth not 17 years old seized his assassin till 2 more came to release him. The 3 were all turned and covered with the boy's blood. At 11 o'clock began the burning of the bodies. That is the tale of the murder of the 412 young men. Would you hear of an old-time sea fight? Would you learn who won by the light of the moon and stars? List to the yarn, as my grandmother's father, the sailor, told it to me. Our foe was no skulk in his shape, I tell you, said he. His was the surly English pluck, and there is no tougher or truer, and never was, and never will be. Along the lower eve he came horribly, raking us. We closed with him, the yards entangled, the cannon touched. My captain lashed fast with his own hands. We had received some 18-pound shots under the water. On our lower gun deck, 2 large pieces had burst at the first fire, killing all around and blowing up overhead. Fighting at sundown, fighting at dark, 10 o'clock at night, the full moon well up, our legs on the gain, and 5 feet of water reported. The master at arms losing the prisoners confined in the after hold to give them chance for themselves. The transit to and from the magazine is now stopped by the sentinels. They see so many strange faces, they do not know whom to trust. Our frigate takes fire. The other asks if we demand quarter, if our colors are struck and the fighting done. Now I laugh content, for I hear the voice of my little captain. We have not struck, he composedly cries. We have just begun our part of the fighting. Only 3 guns are in use. One is directed by the captain himself against the enemy's mainmast. 2 well served with grape and canister silence his musketry and clear his decks. The tops alone second the fire of this battery, especially the main top. They hold out bravely during the whole of the action. Not a moment cease. The leaks gain fast on the pumps. The fire eats toward the powder magazine. One of the pumps has been shut away. It is generally thought we are sinking. Seren stands the little captain. He is not hurried. His voice is neither high nor low. His eyes give more light to us than our battle lanterns. Toward 12, there in the beams of the moon, they surrender to us. Stretched and still lies the midnight. Two great hulls, motionless on the breast of the darkness, our vessel riddled and slowly sinking, preparations to pass to the one we have conquered, the captain on the quarterdeck coldly giving his orders through a countenance white as a seer. Near by the corpse of the child that served in the cabin, the dead face of an old salt with long white hair and carefully curled whiskers. The flame spite of all that can be done, flickering aloft and below. The husky voices of the 2 or 3 officers yet fit for duty. Formless stacks of bodies and bodies by themselves, tabs of flesh upon the masts and spears. Cut of cordage, tangle of rigging, slight sock of the soothe of waves, black and impassive guns, litter of powder parcels, strong saint, a few large stars overhead, silent and mournful shining. Delicate sniffs of sea breeze, smells of sedgy grass and fields by the shore. Death messages given in charge to survivors. The hiss of the surgeon's knife, the gnawing teeth of his saw, wheeze, cluck, swash of falling blood, short wild scream, and long dull tapering groan. These irretrievable. You laggards there on guard, look to your arms. In at the conquered doors they crowd. I am possessed, embody all presences outlawed or suffering. See myself in prison shaped like another man, and feel the dull, unintermitted pain. For me, the keepers of convict soldier, their cabins and keep watch. It is I let out in the morning and barred at night. Not a mutineer walks handcuffed to jail, but I am handcuffed to him and walk by his side. I am less the jolly one there and more the silent one with sweat on my twitching lips. Not a youngster is taken for larceny, but I go up to and am tried and sentenced. Not a cholera patient lies at the last gasp, but I also lie at the last gasp. My face is as colored, my sinews now away from the people retreat. Askers embody themselves in me, and I am embodied in them. I project my hat, sit same-faced, and beg. Enough, enough, enough. Somehow I have been stunned. Stand back. Give me a little time beyond my curved head. Slumbers, dreams, gaping. I discover myself on the verge of a usual mistake. That I could forget the mockers and insults. That I could forget the trickling tears and the blows of the blood gears and hammers. That I could look with a separate look on my own crucifixion and bloody crowning. I remember now. I resume the overstained fraction, The grave of rock multiplies what has been confided to it or to any graves. Corpses rise, gases heal, fastenings roll from me. I troop forth replenished with supreme power, one of an average, unending procession. Inland and sea coast we go and pass all boundary lines. Our swift ordinances on their way over the whole earth, the blossoms we wear in our hats, the growth of thousands of years. Leaves, I salute you, come forward, continue your annotations, continue your questionings. The friendly and flowing savage, who is he? Is he waiting for civilization or past it and mastering it? Is he some southwesterner raised outdoors? Is he Canadian? Is he from the Mississippi country, Iowa, Oregon, California? The mountains prairie life, bush life, or sailor from the sea? Wherever he goes, man and woman accept and desire him. They desire he should like them, touch them, speak to them, stay with them. Behavior lawless as snowflakes, words simple as grass, uncombed head, laughter, and avid. Slow stepping feet, common features, common moods, and emanations. They descend in new forms from the tips of his fingers. They are wafted with the odor of his body or breath. They fly out of the glance of his eyes.